Aussie-based Warrior supporters movement led by the great man himself, the Godfather Richie Morgan. I'm your host, Hammer. Joining me as usual is my co-host, best mate, fellow Warriors tragic, Warrior Roo. Rob, good to see you, mate, as always. How's your week been?
Yeah, mate, good to see you. Good day to you and everyone who's watching. Week's been pretty good. It's actually been pretty cold up here, if you can believe that. It's like jumper weather up here in God's country.
Wow.
And a bit of rain around as well. So, weather hasn't been the best, but been busy. Kids back at school this week, so had our hands full. Can't complain at all, mate. What about you, apart from your exceptionally late pizza delivery?
For those that are interested, I ordered pizza Thursday night. I normally cook every night. Thursday night I don't cook because we got the show 7 o'clock, so it's always takeaway. I ordered pizza at 5:30 and it literally arrived at 10 to 7. So to clear the lounge room, I've actually got Britt and Raya sitting in the hallway eating pizza. So just so there's no noise in the background.
We do what we have to do to bring you the goods.
Absolutely. Before we get into tonight's show, mate, I just want to say a huge congratulations to my son Kane and his partner Jasmine. Found out they're just expecting their first baby, so that's another mokapuna to add to the whānau. So very happy and excited for them.
Congrats to you and the whole family. Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. All right, mate, let's get into it. Warriors 32, Tigers 6 in the second leg of the 2026 Mike Dorreen Cup, the most important silverware in the NRL calendar. We went into that game needing 18 points to retain the cup for the 7th straight season, and
18-point margin.
We're able to do that. The cup's right here.
It's back in the trophy cabinet. We're actually going to send that over to Auckland to get them to display it for another year.
Yeah, I must admit I was a bit worried because Campbelltown Stadium, not a happy hunting ground. For the Warriors. 5 wins and 6 losses, and I think I've been there for many of those 6 losses. I have never actually seen us win at Campbelltown, and I had planned to go, but obviously I didn't get there. So you can all thank me because I have not seen us win at Campbelltown. I haven't been to Campbelltown for the last, I think, 3 times we've played there, and
I think we've won the last 3.
We've won the last 3.
Yeah, please, mate. Please just stay away.
Yeah.
G'day to Ted, Sean, and Jacko. Sean was there on the weekend, so I hope you had a great time there. Got to catch up with Richie and the other Warrior Nation boys, so I hope you enjoyed that one.
Yes, absolutely. Early momentum for the Wars in this one, mate. Try to captain James Fisher-Harris early on, and didn't he let Jerome Luai know about it?
He did. He's got a bit of that in him at the moment, hasn't he? Like that spray he gave to Paul Alamotti when he spilled that kick when we scored against the Panthers earlier in the year.
Yeah,
bit of fire in the belly. We always knew he had that in him. Absolutely. But that's what we love about him. That's what we love about what he brings to the team, and that really set the tone early in the game. That try.
Shout out to Bundy Afire, who was obviously a double agent.
Yes,
sent to the sin bin early.
He's never done anything like that in his career, has he?
Never.
He's literally a straight up and down, run the ball kind of guy, like Martin Lang before him.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden he's pulling out all these late hits, and he's got every trick in the book at the moment.
Yeah. And we wasted little time in converting that extra man advantage into points. Tries to Cam Pereira and Leatua for a nice 14-0 lead. And up to the 30th minute, the Warriors punished the Tigers with their attack. We had 7 line breaks to none. We had 18-7 in tackle breaks in that opening 30. And defensively, we just kept the Tigers to just 2 tackles inside our half. But worryingly, we weren't able to turn that dominance into points. And we were saying during that, we really should have had more points on the board. And then the Tigers were able to score with their first full set inside our half. And that to me was a little bit worrying.
It was like for all the domination, all the line breaks, we just didn't convert any of the line breaks. Well, not that we didn't convert any, but we made a lot of line breaks that sort of went without.
Yeah, we had 2 disallowed tries also in that first half.
Yeah. Like it just got real, like you said, it got really sloppy around that 30-minute mark. And I'm just like, if we're not careful, we could be down, we could this could be like 14-12 at halftime, but we're just lucky that the Tigers were sort of at disarray, and they really didn't throw much at us at all. Their attack was pretty diabolical. So, but yeah, I was watching it at Ken's place, and we were sort of saying to each other, like, you know, we if we don't cash in against teams like the Tigers with all that ball and momentum and everything, then we'd struggle to do that against some of the other stronger teams as well.
Yes.
But we got to the break 14-6, and I think we were actually quite happy for halftime at that moment.
Yeah, we were. Shout out to Marcus and Malcolm, who are in the chat, two of our great Patreons.
Yeah, what's up?
I thought it was interesting too. Lecker came off in the 31st minute and never went back on. And he's been named this week. But yeah, I don't know if it was just to manage his minutes coming back from injury or where there was any.
I think it might just be easing him back into the team because he didn't look injured after the game.
No.
So probably just giving him a little bit of a spell. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great to see him streaking down the sideline. It was reminiscent of that try he scored there last year.
Yes.
And I was like, I wish he'd put the foot down and taken on Buller. So I reckon he might have even carried him over the line like Conrad Hurrell used to do.
Yes.
Fullback would like try and jump on his back and he'd just run over the line. He's named again this week on the bench, so I'm assuming he's good to go. Yeah.
Evening, Tracy. Good to see you in the chat.
Evening.
Interestingly, we led, as you said, 14-6 at halftime. And did you know there's an incredible stat that we have won now our last 18 games in a row when we've led at halftime?
Yeah, right. Okay. We used to be the opposite.
Yes.
We used to very much.
I've been to many of those games too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's good though. It's a good, it just shows that we're good front runners, and you need to, once you convert that possession into points, and I think we've got the defense at the moment to sort of back it up as well. Like we can make mistakes, but it doesn't cost us.
No,
like it used to.
Second half highlights, AKP with his second try of the match. That's his fifth double of the season. 11 tries in 9 games at the Warriors now.
64 tries in 63 first-grade games. That's incredible.
Yeah. Egan scored that very next set after the Buller drop bomb, and then Sam Healy wrapped it up, scoring with 5 minutes remaining to secure the Mike Dorreen Cup for the 7th straight season. The play that underlines the Warriors' commitment and connection this season for me, though, was CNK's chase on Jerome Luai and tackle when the game was already won.
Yeah.
That just kind of shows where we're at.
No soft points, no easy let-offs there. It's like hungry to the last whistle. And
I'm wondering if he knew we had to win by at least 18 to retain the cup.
I'm going to say he did know that.
Yeah.
And that makes it even more important. So
Absolutely.
we appreciate your service, Chance.
We do. I thought our middles, Fisher Harris, Tanner Stower Smith, Baimunga, Clark, all impressive once again.
All fantastic.
Yeah. Strong carries, good post-contact meters, footwork, energy. Our back five all ran for over 120 meters each. Tane with a game-high 209, continuing his impressive season. Jacko mentioned it before. It wasn't a clinical performance. Some ill discipline, 15 errors, 6 set restarts, 5 penalties conceded. But defensively, we did work really hard. Tigers with only the one line break all game, and that was the Luai break. And their only try really came from a kick that
it was scrappy.
Like
it was essentially Ali failed to clean up the kick. Like tried to. Yeah, made a meal of that, and we basically gifted them that try. So
absolutely.
Yeah, it was very pleasing. Yeah, to sort of shut them out like that. Look, I mean, I came away from that being happy enough because it was a bounce back win. Because we've got to remember we've had a couple of really close losses in a row, and we said how important it was that we've got this block of about 4 very winnable games coming up. We really wanted to set the tone. I think it was dominant enough that we can sort of use that as a foundation to obviously a lot of improvement, but to sort of really springboard us to the back end of the season.
I think the lack of a consistent goal kicker could be a real problem in the championship games later in the season. I mean, CHT came in. He converted all 3 second-half tries after he replaced Pompey. But we know CHT has had his issues with kicking accuracy in the past. So
why isn't Tane kicking? This is what Ken and I were saying. Like he's only missed 1 goal in his whole first grade. I mean, he's only taken about probably half a dozen shots. But I don't know whether he doesn't want it or he's got a bit of an injury there, because I think Pompey stopped kicking because he had a little bit of a complaint.
Yeah. His complaint was that he was missing, and it came from the crowd.
Yeah, the only I don't want to say downside, but the centers again had sort of a mixed game, the both of them. Like Pompey just does Pompey things, doesn't he? He made that great big long break down the sideline and then spills the pill. I just want to also make note, this is what Malcolm's saying here, is the for and against. How good is it to have like a massively positive for and against? Because it's essentially like having an extra 2 competition points.
Yeah, it is.
Because if you finish level with any of these teams, like, you've got that advantage. And you see how costly it was when the Dolphins got pumped 66-0.
Yep.
And theirs just decimated. So because they were sort of almost on par with us.
At one point, I think there was like 48-point difference between us and them, because I know when we played them, I said to you that if we lose by 24, the Dolphins will jump us. So
that's right. Yeah.
Mate, can I talk about the one thing that really pissed me off the most about this game?
Absolutely, yeah.
The bunker, getting players' names wrong on multiple occasions.
Tamati
Martin. They called Laban Lecker at 1.2. It's bad enough they get decisions wrong, but now they're getting names wrong too. At this point, why are they even there if they get 0 things correct? It's just very frustrating.
Oh, yeah. And they got every decision overturned. Did you know? Like we just seem to get every challenge against us successful. And we didn't clean up short kickoffs again, but that's another story.
Tane does look sore every game. I don't know if he's playing on injection. I think in the NRL, week to week, most guys are carrying little niggles here and there. It's a collision sport. The hits are big. So I don't know if he's playing on injections, but he does get knocked around because he's not the biggest guy. But
no, he's not.
He's got a heart. He's got a massive heart.
Incredible, yeah. Speaking of Tane, what about when he got that? He went down with a neck injury, and they had like his head. They basically had his head cradled, and it wasn't even penalised.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that at all. It's like they even had time to sit there and watch it, and his head's literally being pulled forward.
Yeah.
They just sort of seem to pick and choose these.
They do. Who'd you give your 3-2-1s to in this one, mate?
3 points had to be James Fisher-Harris. It was just such a commanding return to the team for him. As I said, set the tone early with that try and with some of his runs, and he was just awesome all night. He was fantastic, and he's going to be. He almost feels like the missing piece from the last few weeks.
Yep.
In those close games where we've needed a little bit of experience and leadership. And having him and then Barney back this week is going to be massive for our run back into the finals. 2 points. I reckon Jacob Laban continues to impress.
Yep.
And it's good that guys are starting to back him up now when he makes breaks, because he always seems to be taken on the fullback every time.
Yeah.
But he's doing the business both ends of the field, and he's a real aerial threat as well, because he's such a big man. He is a genuinely huge man. Great in the air, and it's an extra point of difference in attack as well. I gave him my 2 at one point, and my 1 point when I gave it to Demetric. I thought he added so much energy when he came on and came up with a couple of really big plays, including that one where he came through and grabbed the kick all casual like and made a big break upfield. So that kind of wrestled the momentum back to us. So that was my 3-2-1. How about yourself?
Just on Demetric, it was good listening to Sean Johnson talk about him on the League Lounge the other night, and he spoke about the footwork where he made 2 defenders smack into each other, kind of like Benny Hill style. So, yeah.
And Joey Johns interviewing him in the sheds after the game.
Yeah.
Is it your year? Yeah, it's our year, mate.
I gave my 3, like you, to James Fisher-Harris. I thought he led the way with his energy and intensity. There is a significant shift in our team's energy when Fish is on the field. 60 minutes, 17 runs, 145 metres, 3 tackle breaks, a line break, 32 tackles, and that all-important first try. I gave 2 points to Aaron Clark. Really coming into his own with both his running game and his passing game. He was a handful with both ball in hand, tough in defence, played 64 minutes, 158 run metres, tackle break, line break, 34 tackles and a
basically
try assist.
2 try assists. Yeah. Like he set up basically set up the Healy try.
Yes. And then I gave 1 point to Jacob Laban, as you said. The young gun continues to improve week after week. His line running was phenomenal. He's finding himself in space on several occasions, playing the full 80, game high, 160 run metres. 35 tackles is the thing that impressed me as well. 6 tackle breaks, 2 line breaks. So they were our 3-2-1s for this week. Fisher Harris with a full complement of 6. Laban 3, Aaron Clark 2, Demetric Vaimonga 1. Ford still out in front on the Dean Bell medal tally with 41, but the Fish is now starting to hunt him down. He's on 29, and I don't think it'll take him long to catch him. So, yeah. NRL Round 19, I'll go through it really quick, mate. Was it Friday night? Yeah, Friday night. Warriors 32 over Tigers 6. Sharks 66 over the Dolphins 0.
Incredible.
11 tries. Hines with 11 from 11. It's the first game that Jermaine Asako has scored no points in a game for the Dolphins. He's played all 88 or 89 games for the Dolphins, and he scored in 88 straight games.
Why do you have to mention his name?
Raiders 40 over the Bulldogs 16. Roosters 28 over the Eels 10. Daniel Tupu's 300th game. 57th person to play 300 games. 18 as a one-club man, and he's the first to score a hat-trick in his 300th milestone game. So
I'm sure that doesn't happen very often.
No, it hasn't, ever.
There you go.
Rabbitohs 26 over the Knights 24, doing us a favour.
Big
Cowboys
time.
19 over the Seagulls 18, also doing us a favour. And then the Storm 22 over the Titans 18. Broncos, Panthers, Dragons had the bye. Penny Panthers still on top of the table on 32 points. We're second on 28. Roosters also on 28 points in third. Sharks move into fourth on 26, and the Knights drop to fifth, also on 26. The Rabbits move into sixth. The Dolphins drop way down to seventh, and the Cowboys now move back into the top 8 on 24 points. Sea Eagles on 22 in ninth, and then the Storm and Bulldogs just behind them on 20.
Gee, it's a tight comp, isn't it? Like you see how quickly teams can slip with just 1 or 2 bad performances.
Yeah, it is. Let's move on to the NRLW, mate. Round 2 of the NRLW. Unfortunately, not a good result. It was the Raiders 42 over the Warriors 16. Look, there was more injuries prior to kickoff. Gail Broughton and Lavinia Tahalaliku and Felila Kaya were ruled out with injury. That joined the long list of Wahine we went through last week. Albert Jones, Hafunga, Takamoana, Watere, Artai, Gray, Sakini, and Hilmoana suspended. So, I think they had the bare 17 for that game.
And bad luck we got any injuries, eh?
Yeah, we had to bring in some development players that made their club debuts. Ocean Tierney on the wing, who scored a double on debut, and Natalia Hicking, who came off the bench. And it was also the club debut for off-season signing the smiling assassin, Stacey Walker. It was a dominant start from the Raiders. All the momentum, 4 tries in that opening 15 minutes. The Warriors' defence looked to be disconnected on the edges, and could be because of the injuries and the changes to personnel, but girls haven't really had a lot of time to gel. But the penalties and the errors through poor discipline conceded early in each of the Raiders' opening 5 sets put them in great field position to capitalise and convert into points. And, too many ruck penalties for not clearing the tackle player was frustrating. Your mate, referee Peter Goff, would have enjoyed it because he does love a ruck penalty.
He sure does.
Yeah, it's something we really need to work on. We had 8 penalties for the same offence in that first half, and it was always on tackle 2 or tackle 3 in a Raiders set, which got them out of their 20 or 30 and started their set in clean ball, in good ball. Yeah, and add to that the poor discipline we had with ball in hand. The opening 20 minutes was a tough watch. There was a notable increase, I thought, in energy when Harada Butler and Ivana Lautiti came into the contest.
Yeah.
Second week in a row, we've played 10 minutes a player down due to a sin bin. Hip drop tackle from Pukatapu in this one. Disappointing result. It's our biggest defeat in NRLW history. And we can talk about the injuries and lack of availability of experienced talent, but only completing at 60% when you only have 40% possession, 12 errors and 11 penalties conceded. That there is more attitude and application than anything else, and you're never going to win games with those kind of stats. So hopefully that's something that Rod Griffiths has looked into this week, and the girls can come out firing. It's a triple header at Go Media Stadium this weekend. So, we're going to have the cup playing first, then the girls will play, and then the first grade. So hopefully there will be a big crowd there to cheer these girls on.
Make sure you get there early.
Cowboys on a duck egg at the moment. So, it's a good opportunity for us to bounce back. Couple of girls coming back from injury this week.
So we got 20 players named this week.
Yeah, we can name the 20.
I just want to say quickly, Mackenzie Wiki continuing her father's tradition of playing her best footy against the Warriors.
Yeah, absolutely. So our player of the year points for this one, 3 points to Harada Butler. Thought she was outstanding when she came on in terms of lifting the energy and getting us some good go-forward meters. 2 points to Patricia Maliepo. I thought she was good in the absence of Gail Broughton, leading the team around the park, and her kicking game was quite good. And then 1 point to Ivana Lautiti. Same reasons for why we gave Harada Butler 3 points. So we can quickly look at the round 2 results of the NRLW. Broncos 22 over the Sharks 16. Tamika Upton with a hat-trick in that one. Tigers 30, Cowboys 18. Titans 36, Bulldogs 10. Jamie Chapman with 4 tries in that one. Roosters narrow victors 12-10 over the Knights. The Raiders 42-16 over the Warriors, and the Dragons 22-8 over the Eels. The Dragons girls showing the Dragons men how you should
be get it
football.
Done. Yeah. You take care of business.
Just on that, Tamika Upton. She scored. She was the first NRLW player to reach 50 career tries. So, which is a massive achievement for her.
Man, she's incredible. Yeah.
Pathways. Someone was talking about it just before. Flag 40 over the Tigers 6.
Yep.
We're 7th on 24 points. We're 3 points out of the top 5 in that, with 8 or so games to go. So we're still in with a chance. And in the Cup, 44, the Warriors 44 over the Magpies 22. 9th on 22 points, 2 points out of the top 5 there. So still in with a chance to play finals footy in both those competitions. Let's talk about some Warriors and NRL and NRLW news, mate. Kurt Capewell re-signs for one more season.
You guys in the chat have been onto that. And yes, it is fantastic news. And we've both been calling for this for a while. And it's, as we said, it's a no-brainer, really. A guy with his experience, he's a state of origin player. He's a leader within the squad. He's so consistent. And he obviously loves living in New Zealand, wants to stay around, loves having a round of golf with Wado and some of the other boys over there.
Heard, and I don't know how accurate this is, but there was a story today that the Broncos were looking to bring him back, and he opted to stay in New Zealand with the Wires instead.
He knows where it's at.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's great news. And like, especially with Barney going next year, we
Yes.
do lose a lot of experience and leadership. And you just can't put a price on that.
No.
Fish has shown how much he's brought to the team with those two aspects alone. So I'm absolutely rapt that he's staying, and it might just be. I mean, he's going to be 34 next year, but it might just be one of those things where it's a year-to-year kind of proposition, and to see how he's going into next year, and if he wants to stay around, then the club might sign him again for another 12 months. It makes sense, and then I suppose he's got the option to either then go to PNG or Perth if he wants to as well.
Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? Like as you said, a year-to-year decision for him. As you get older, it's hard. I mean, the hits are a little bit harder. That preseason's just a little bit tougher. So yeah, the Mulligan gang. Follow them on Instagram. Funny gang of guys, the Mulligan gang. So that puts our top 30 now at 29, moving into next season. The only unsigned player from our roster this season is Rocco Berry. Webby came out in a conversation a couple of weeks ago where he said he was asked about both Capewell and Rocco, and he said, in regards to Capewell, he goes, "Look, we just want to get through Origin, and then we'll, sit down with Kurt and get something done." And he said, with Rocco, we really just want to get him back on the field. That's our focus at the moment, and then talk contract stuff later in the season.
One step at a time. But yeah, I mean, it really is a tough one. What to do with that guy? He's made of glass. He has had some good performances, but he just can't stay on the field long enough. No. And he's probably one of the better. He'd be pushing for a first grade centre spot if he was fit.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's just he might end up being just one of those guys that we have to cut loose, like we did with Roach and the likes.
The other thing I thought that they could do is can they drop him down to a development contract?
I think they can. I'm pretty sure they can. There was a couple of guys in the NRL that I think that junior Tupou, or someone like that. I think he went back to the Tigers, but on a development contract. I guess if your top 30 is already full, then that's the only other option you got, and it's a low risk option. And he surely, if he re-signs at the club, it would be for peanuts.
Yeah, minimal money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard. He is a very good player, but so many injuries in such a short career so far. He is.
Billy Smith
had the same. He had a lot of injuries. I remember, people may not remember that. I remember when Benji Marshall.
His shoulder kept popping out.
Yeah, he had a lot of shoulder problems early on in his career. Mal Meninga was another one. Broke his arm quite a few times.
Yeah, he did.
Playing for the Raiders. But yeah, he's a lovely bloke, Rocco. But, lovely blokes don't win your premierships. And, we want guys that are fit and fighting for position. And, when Rocco's fit, he's one of the best centres we got in the club. But...
Yeah, 100%. Offensively, he's outstanding. Kick chase.
Yeah, I mean, a few years ago, a great man once said that he was our future centre.
Yeah, he's a pretty big guy, and he's a different sort of body shape as well. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to keeping him around as long as it's if it was on like a development deal or something, or even like a New South Wales Cup deal or something like that, and just string some games together, at least in cup or something, and then you start thinking about bringing him back into the team if he's playing good enough footy.
Is Mackay Talfa? He's not top 30 yet either, is he?
I don't know that he is. He might be outside top 30 as well. He might be development.
Riley Price has been signed into the top 30, hasn't he?
This year, I think he's development.
Next year, because I think he's a replacement for Gannon, pretty much.
Yeah, that's right. So 27 and 28, he'll be top 30.
And I think top 30?
Jets top 30 next year, isn't he?
I thought he was top 30 this year too.
Top 30 this year, is it? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so
And I mean, it's great that we've got so many guys playing well, and we got so much competition for spots that you're just happy to sort of keep these guys around.
I'm wondering what Webby's got in store, like what his thoughts are in regards to Jet, because obviously Jet was playing halfback in reserve grade, and then he shifted to 6 to accompany to allow Luke Metcalf to be playing 7,
Mm.
which I thought was a weird thought because I mean I know like Metcalf's leaving, so you kind of want to continue using the guys that you're bringing through, I guess. Um, and then they moved Jet to hooker while Mackay Talfa was up in first grade, and Luke Hanson was back at 6. And then recently, Jet's now coming off the bench, but he's being used as like a middle forward, like a Victor Radley 13 type role. So, and you got to think that these kind of directions to David Tangata are coming from Webby. So, yeah, it's really strange what they're. I don't know whether they're trying to see where he's best suited to maybe get him into first grade. I don't know, but for me, this weekend probably against the Dragons probably would have been the best weekend to bring him up and give him a taste of first grade and just see what he's got.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'd be all for that if we were maybe like 2 or 3 weeks out from the finals. But I think we still haven't really solidified our position, and maybe we've been burnt before messing with the mojo a little bit
I
as
get that.
well.
I'm just thinking it's a long run into the
Yeah.
finals now, and when you can rest a guy like give Tamati Martin a week off. I know they've just had the bye, but maybe that's something that they're looking through down like in a couple of games' time. I don't know.
It could
Um,
be they're sort of maybe grooming him for that 14 role, like Tamati Martin played last year, where he sort of was filled in everywhere, even
Yep.
played a little bit of off loose forward there as well, a bit of dummy half. So yeah, I that's not a bad shout. It might be a way of them saying like, this is how you can be useful to the team this year.
Yep.
Is if we have injuries in first grade, so they have so something happens to if something happens to Tamati Martin or Chanel, then he probably is the next cab
Yep.
off the rank to come into the starting half position. But otherwise, say Sam Healy goes down, and look, you want someone that can just come in there and do a job at 14,
Yep.
then maybe
Yep.
that's what that's all about. Could be.
Yeah. On to other news. Luai to the Eels, mate. I really don't understand this recruit. I understand why the Tigers have done what they've done.
Yes.
And apparently it's come out today that he's tried to register a third party deal through the Tigers because the PNG Chiefs aren't an entity at the moment, and that's what drove the Tigers to kind of get to the point where it's like, okay, this could be bad for us. You've got to go. So I understand where Benji's come from in terms of getting rid of Jerome and putting their trust in the guys that got coming through and utilising that money they're going to free up in the salary cap. They're still going to pay 500 of his 1.2 million, but now Parramatta have paid $700,000 for a stopgap player. Now,
like they've done this year though as well.
Well, that's what I mean. Last year they played Dylan Brown in reserve grade after he signed with the Knights because they claimed it was based around the long term future. He wasn't part of their long term future, and then they turned around and they signed Jonah Pezzett on a 1 season deal for him to fill that void between him going to the Broncos and Melbourne, leaving Melbourne and going to the Broncos, and that hasn't worked out for them. They've got Ronnie Volkman who's playing some decent footy at the moment, and they don't do a contract extension for him. And I can only assume it's that they were trying to give him, like lowball him, and he was looking for more money. But now they've turned around and they're going to use $700,000 of their salary cap to sign Jerome Luai as a stopgap option, and it doesn't develop any of their players coming through.
It only benefits Jerome.
It only benefits Jerome. And why did they buy him? because he's a top-class player, and we always look at top-class players. And in one Origin game, him and Mitch Moses combined really well. So, I don't know. The
Oh,
Eels are a weird team.
the Parramatta Transit Lounge, as
Yes.
they call it, even their own fans, I had to go and look at the comments, and they're always saying, like, are we really happy with this? These guys coming in short-term contracts. And they didn't even re-sign Dylan Walker. Like, they just,
Yeah, I know. That's the other one. Yeah, they didn't re-sign Dylan Walker. And that's another weird one for me. Dylan Walker splits from his missus. She stays in Australia with the kids. He's in New Zealand. He, and nothing against Dylan, he's a lovely bloke. He asked for a release on compassionate grounds to go back to Australia to be close to his family. So he does that for a year and a half. And now he's going to England for 3 years.
yeah, very short stay back home.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just guessing he assumed he was just going to get a new deal, somewhere. And yeah, it's crazy that no one threw their hat in the ring for him. He's still offering a lot.
Yeah.
Playing that 14 middle, second 5'8" kind of role that he does well. He did well for us.
Surely he could have been used well at the. I know the Dragons have a lot of good young prospects coming through, but off the bench, he would have been great for the Dragons. Playing a role for them.
Yeah. No, well,
yeah.
Come back to the Warriors, mate.
I don't know if he'd make our first grade squad.
No, he wouldn't. He probably wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, someone should tell him England's a long way away. The only thing I can think of, Jacko, is that he's going there for the money, and it's the sacrifice of, I'll go to England, I'll earn a shitload of money.
It's one last
paycheck.
It's probably
that's
his last
all I can think
contract.
of.
Yeah.
He probably, but even the Perth Bears didn't look at him.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
But Perth is almost further away than England.
Yeah, true. I just on a sad note, mate. Former Eel, Northern Eagle, and Sharks player Carl Lovell passed away over the weekend at the young age of 48 after a long battle with cancer. He played 55 NRL games over 4 seasons. Only ever played 2 games against us, both in 2002 for the Sharks. Played in that game during the season the Sharks beat us. I think it was 36-24 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he was in that prelim final that the Warriors won to go through to the grand final. And, yeah, a lot of sad stuff happening in rugby league with, Jai Arrow and that. And this is just as sad, if not sadder. We send our condolences to his wife, his 2 daughters, and his family and friends. So,
just while we're talking about the subject as well, I just want to give a quick shout out to my good mate Brad. He is a Tigers fan.
Yep.
We have some great banter with him with the Mike Dorreen Cup stuff. Unfortunately, his father passed away from battle with dementia last week. So yeah, send our condolences to you as well, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, mate, let's get into this round. Round 20, we play the Dragons at Go Media Stadium. Do you want to go through the team list, mate?
Yeah, absolutely. And what a team it is that we have this week. We've got Tane Tuapiki at fullback. Dallin Watenes-Lesniak returns on one wing. Lofi Khan Pereira on the other. Ali Leatawa and Adam Pompey in the centres. The halves are Chanel Harris-Tavita and Timare Martin, or Tim Murray. Front row, James Fisher-Harris, Wade Egan and Mitch Barnett. Back row of Kurt Capewell, Jacob Laban, and Aaron Clark. And, geez, that's got to be close to the best forward pack in the comp, I reckon.
Yep.
On the bench, Stam Healy, Tanner Stowers-Smith, Demetric Vaimonga, Leka Halasima, Eddie Iramia Toava, Marata Niokore, and the reserves are Chance Nickel-Klukstar, Luke Metcalf, and Micaiah Tafua. Wow, that's a good team.
It is. CNK on the extended bench is a curious selection. I think it's due to his wife expecting a child.
Yeah.
He posted something about rushing home straight after the game last week. So, yeah, I would think if she gives birth tonight or tomorrow, does he come into the side, do you think, for Pompey or Leatua?
I don't know about that. I like having him in the team, though centre is very much a specialist position
Mm,
and a very tough position to nail. And I know that our two centres have not had the greatest record recently, but they are a lot more experienced as centres in the NRL. So I wouldn't be messing with that too much. I'd probably leave those guys there and have him on the extended benches outside back cover if he is able to play
yeah.
in the six. Yeah.
Great to see DWZ back. Great to
Yeah.
see DWZ and Cam Pereira on the wings. Barney and Kate
Stephen,
both
yeah.
named after missing last week with Origin. And yeah, that front row, as you said, that forward pack, but that front row, Fisher, Harris, Barney, Egan, that's got to be close to the best in the comp. And then you look at our back row, Aaron Clark, Capes, and Laban. And then, look, the teams that go on good runs and win comps are teams that have a really good bench, and our bench is outstanding. Some young guys that are really making the effort now, putting in the hard yards. Tanner Stow Smith has been outstanding this year. Guy
No,
Munger coming along. Lecker is a freak, and
they're
Sam
all
Healy.
pushing each other.
Sam Healy just turns the game on its head when he comes onto the field, doesn't he?
Oh, he does. He adds so much energy, and I was saying this to Ken the other night, and whenever we see him in person, you always note how big he is for a hooker. He's just a completely different body shape.
Yeah.
And what he does is really effective. His running game from dummy half, especially when there's like a bit of tiring defense, is going to bust some games open and could be crucial in the back end of the season as well. So I'm loving what he's bringing to the team.
Yeah.
The only thing I worry about him is when does 20, 25 minutes a game start not becoming enough for him and he starts looking around. He's off contract end of next year, so he'll be free to negotiate as of November 1. So hopefully, Webby has a solid plan for him and we get him locked up long term.
I don't know. I think the game's changed enough now for guys to realise that,
That's
a
their
lot of
role.
guys aren't going to play 80 minutes in a game unless you're an outside back or a half. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully he's happy in New Zealand and happy at the Warriors and happy to play his role. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we go on a run and if we go close to winning the comp or we win the comp, that's a lot to keep someone at the club to keep them trying for next season. I believe there's supposed to be a bit of rain in New Zealand this weekend. I'm worried that the moisture in the ground might bring the sand up to grass level, and then that will be right up Damien Cook's alley because I heard a rumor once that he's an ex-beach sprinter.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You hear that? I don't think I've ever heard that before.
I don't know.
Oh, yes. Old cookie. I know on paper this looks like an easy win and a bit of a mismatch, but look, there's no easy games in the NRL. You don't turn up with the right attitude.
Yeah. Look, the Dolphins showed that.
Yeah, you don't turn up with the right attitude, then you can be beaten. The Dragons have since they got their first win of the season, they've actually been in decent form, considering that they're the Dragons. Their last start winners as well, albeit it was over the Tigers. So we can't take them lightly. And while I think we'll get the win fairly comfortably, it's just important that we get off to a good start and we keep our foot in the throat and continue to be dominant.
It's one of those games, isn't it? The Dragons are a team. Well, the Warriors now, if we want to be regarded as a true top two team, we have to win these games against these sides that are further down the ladder than. The Dragons are at the bottom of the ladder, but you're right. They will have moments in this game where they'll have momentum shifts, and over 80 minutes they probably won't be the better team. But if we play like last week, where we don't take advantage of the opportunities we're getting to put points on the board, and the Dragons do, their few opportunities could, be something that keeps them in the game. So, and like I said, I wrap their forward pack. I love the Couchman brothers, Dylan Egan, Hamish Stewart. Those guys are like future stars, and they're learning. They're doing a tough apprenticeship at the moment. We've got no real forward leaders in that squad. Like Blake Laurie would be the guy, or maybe Josh Kerr. So yeah, I think we'll win, and I think we'll win comfortably. I'm going to say Warriors by 24.
Yeah, look, I think Warriors by 20. I do, like you said, I do think there's going to be moments where it's going to be close. Like the scores will be reasonably close, but I think we'll have too much class and we'll sort of kick away there at the end. And hopefully we do put a few points on the board, blow out some of the cobwebs, turn some of these breaks into actual tries, and it would be great to see an out and out flogging, but it's you don't see too many of those these days anymore. It's
tell that to the Dolphins.
Apart from the Dolphins.
Apart
from the Dolphins, after they got lippy after beating us by 2 points. Yeah.
What's your tip for this one, mate?
Yeah, I'll go Warriors by 20.
Okay, beautiful. NRLW Round 3, we play the Cowboys as the curtain raiser to the NRL at Go Media Stadium. Have you got the team list for this one, mate?
Yeah, I certainly do. We've got Api Nichols at fullback, Lavinia Tahalaliku on the wing. On the other wing is Ocean Tierney. The centres, Taisha Ikanasio and Stacey Waka. The halves, Emami Tapaki and Patricia Maliepo. Up front, we've got Aneta Nuasala, Jasmine Hurawai, Ashley Matapo and Mari Puketapu, Shakira Baker and Christabel Onesomo. And on the bench, we got Capri Paikau, Harada Butler, Maya Hill Moana, and Ivania Lauatiti.
Nice. A lot of changes this week, mate. Some experience back with both Maya Hill Moana and Kai Atai named on the interchange. Gal Broughton is a huge exclusion, and we saw how that affected us last week. Hopefully a week of training and getting some combinations going, we can be a little bit better. Taha Liku comes back on the wing. Stacey Waka moves into the centres, gets her a little bit closer to the ball. Ashley Matapo I thought was quite decent last week. She moves in the front row. I'm happy to see Jasmine Hurawai earning her first start at hooker. I wonder if that was disciplinary, as Capri Paiku was probably one of the girls most at fault for just taking their time clearing the ruck and giving away too many penalties. So, going to be an interesting one. Cowboys looking for their first win of the season. Got some talent in that side. But I'm going to back our girls, mate. Going to back our girls to bounce back, get a win at Mount Smart Stadium by 8.
Yeah, first true home game of the year for the girls. A little bit of reinforcements back. So, yeah, like you said, Gail Broughton's a big out, but I'm going to stick with the girls by 12.
No, Michaela Brake is not still a Warrior. She is
back to rugby.
Yeah, she's re-signed back to rugby, but she's on she's had a baby. She's on her way back now, but no, she's not a Warrior. Whether she comes back after the Rugby World Cup is another thing. I've got no idea. I don't even know if how long Stacey Waka signed for her. I think it's only just a one season. And the other one over there is Tyler King. Tyler King's doing a bit of commentary over there. Both Tyler King and Stacey Waka were doing, not Stacey Waka, Michaela Brake were doing commentary the other week, and Tyler King's gone home, contracted to the Sharks, but Kiwi, obviously. So maybe being home and around there, she's another one we might pick up next year. I can't wait for Melly Hufunga to come back.
You're going to terrorise
her and Gail Broughton are supposed to be back next week.
That'd be a huge boost, eh?
When we play the Eels, so that'll be good. Oh, yeah. Mate, before we get into the rounds and our tips for this week, I've noticed you got the new jersey behind you.
Sure do. Yep.
We spoke about it last week. Did you know? What size did you get? Did you go up a size?
I didn't. I had already ordered mine by the time we had that conversation. I went with my usual size, XL. So, I haven't actually tried it on yet. It only arrived the other day.
Yeah. I tried mine on and then stood in the garden and see if anyone could see me.
You went pig hunting or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw that. Someone took your advice in the chat.
Yes. Yeah, Costin. Yeah.
Look, I think a lot of the guys over there, like if you're in the kind of colder climates where you want to wear a hoodie underneath, I get that guys want to have bigger sizes and it's more fashionable to have it loose. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still holding out hope that I'm going to miraculously lose 20 kilos one day and just have a nice fit in my jerseys. But yeah, dreams are free.
Well, it won't fit you in a couple of weeks, mate, because I'll be up there and we're going to have a succulent.
That's right. We're going to have a succulent chat.
All right, mate. Round 20 kicks off in about 8 minutes. Panthers versus Broncos. Who are you tipping?
Panthers.
Panthers for me as well. Sharks versus Knights. This is an interesting one.
Yes. I'm going to stick with the Sharks.
I went the Knights.
Yeah, it's a tough one, eh?
Yeah. Roosters Storm.
Roosters.
Yeah, Roosters for me. Raiders Rabbits.
I stuck with the Raiders. I think they might have. I was going to say turned a corner, but it's a little bit late for them to turn a corner. But I don't know. It's back home, and I always seem to go for them, back them at home, and they let me down. But I think they'll get it done this time.
I'm going to go Rabbits. Rabbits fighting to stay in that 8. Warriors Dragons. We've both tipped the Wars. Bulldogs Tigers. It's another tough game, really.
Well, if Stephen Crichton plays or not, that could be the difference. I just went Bulldogs.
Yeah, I went Bulldogs.
No confidence.
Yeah, me too. Titans Sea Eagles.
I've gone for an upset here. I've gone Titans.
Nice. I went Sea Eagles just because Foz, I guess.
Fozball.
And Dolphins Cowboys.
Another tough one. I stuck with the Dolphins. I'm expecting them to bounce back, though the Cowboys are no pushover. They're a gutsy side. Toddy's got them humming at the moment. So
yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Dolphins for the bounce back. Eels have the bye. That's good. Maybe they can go and look for other players. They can.
Who else can they pick up on 1-year deals?
Yeah, exactly. NRLW Round 3 kicks off on Saturday. Raiders versus Roosters, mate. Who you got?
Oh, Roosters.
Roosters for me. Warriors Cowboys. We both tipped the Wars. Bulldogs Sharks. Both teams haven't had a win yet this season.
Sharks.
I'm going to go Sharks as well.
Yeah.
Titans Eels.
Titans.
I'm going to go Titans. Broncos Tigers.
Broncos.
2 undefeated teams, these two.
It's got to be Broncos.
Broncos for me. And the Knights and the Dragons.
Knights
for me as well. Just quickly on our tipping comp. Weekly winner was Rabbit Wayno. He got 12 because he played his Joker. Overall leader is still the Rotorua Bro on 98, Tiger Chief on 97, and Fanatics on 96. Those 3 have been up the top for a little while now.
So there's to lose.
Myself, I got 3 last week. I dropped down to 12th. Then, Rob, you got 2. You dropped to 35th.
Not even in the conversation.
Yeah, I know. Warrior Nation updates. Of course, if you are a member of Warrior Nation, or even if you're not, go to the Warrior Nation Facebook page. Chances are, if you're on Facebook at the moment, you're watching us through that page now. Go to more, click on the events page in the Warrior Nation Facebook group, and all the Warrior Nation group events will come up. 4 more away games here in Australia for the remainder of the season, and Richie has organised pre-game meetups for each of these games. Next week, round 21, we play the Bulldogs at Accor Stadium on Saturday, the 25th of July. Pre-game meetup at the locker room at 2:30, with a hikoi to the stadium at 4:30 sharp for a 5:30 p.m. kickoff. Round 22, we got the Titans at Seabus on Saturday, the 1st of August. Pre-game at the Sporting Globe, and then off to Seabus Super Stadium for the game. Round 24, Broncos at Suncorp Stadium, Saturday, August 14th. Back at the Lord Alfred Hotel for the pre-game meetup. And then a walk down Caxton Street, the Hickory down Caxton Street for the 7:30 kickoff. And then round 25, play the Rabbits at Accor Stadium. Pre-game meetup at the locker room for a 5:30 kickoff. So they're the events. If you want to know more, go to the Warrior Nation events page and look on the events tab, Warrior Nation supporters forever, not whenever. And just quickly, mate, Warriors Inspire Logan Academy
Yes,
this
I was
weekend.
just going to get to that. Yeah.
Yep. Tukes has got another, Tukes and the team up there are putting on another watch party event. That will be at the Logan, Jacko, see you next week, brother.
Cheers,
Logan Metro Sports Centre. Gates for that one opens at 11:30. There's a WAS tag event going on. There's a free community event, food trucks, and so forth. Are you able to get to this one? Or
I'm touch and go at the moment. I'm trying to see if I'll be able to. We've got sports aerobics competition that afternoon as well, so I may not be there. But don't let that stop you from going. Make sure you get there. If you want to play a game of OzTag, play against Tukes and some of the other legends. There is a link on the Warriors Inspire Logan page as well where you can sign up. You can bring your own team or you can join any other teams there. Awesome atmosphere. It's been great the last two to catch up with people there and just it's a really good vibe.
Yeah.
So if you're at a bit of a loose end and you are in Southeast Queensland, head out there. It's a free event and you'll have a great time. So I would try and get out there. Yeah,
jump on the Wise Inspire Logan Facebook page. They do have a few events coming up. There's one coming up that you're going to, Rob, that will be on the Friday before the Titans game. It's a sportsman's lunch.
Yeah, that's right.
Huge names that they've got at this one. They've got Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, Tanner Boyd. I think Simon Mannering's going to be there.
Simon Mannering, yeah. Webby, Stacey Jones.
Tasman Rapiner.
Yeah. And, of course, Tukes and Campo and all those guys, they're all going to be there. So it's going to be awesome event. If you can get out to that on the Friday, I'll be there. I'll be at the Warrior Nation table with the great man. So
I'll be on my way. I'll be driving up at that stage, mate. Preparing myself for the succulent Chinese meal that I'll be having that night.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be straight over to Southport to get stuck into that. Getting on the lazy Susan.
Absolutely, yes. We'll have to order extra food because my son Jake's going to join us that night too. So,
oh boy.
Yeah,
we're going to need a double banquet.
Just a little bit of housekeeping, mate, before we head off.
Yeah, I just want to give a massive shout out, as always, to all of our Patreon supporters. A lot of you guys have been in the chat tonight, and that's why we love you guys. Thank you so much for all your support. And Sean, thanks very much for signing up again. That it means a lot to us to have you guys on board, and I'm slowly adding a little bit more content as well in there to Patreon to give you guys a little bit of a bit of a behind the scenes look at what we do, and we announce everything that is coming up on Reel and Hammer, and any guests that we have, we'll let you guys know first on Patreon. So thank you so much for your support. If you do want to join and become a Patreon supporter, the link is there on the screen, and there's all different kinds of tiers, and some of them do include some of our fantastic merchandise. And if merchandise is your thing and you want one of the fantastic Mike Dorreen Cup shirts, undefeated in the Mike Dorreen Cup for the past 7 years. Well, we've retained it.
Yep.
The past 7 years. So you can grab yourself that. There's a whole heap of other designs. There's heaps on there now. We got a new Up the Wires design. We got plenty of shirts for the Wahinis as well.
Yep.
And yeah, go and check it out. There's some funny ones on there as well that might give you a bit of a giggle. So yeah, and again,
122.
Yeah, the TB122.
Yep.
So yeah, and it's another way that you can support us, and the small portion of every shirt sale does come back to us and helps go towards supporting us with what we do in the show. So thank you so much. The link to our Redbubble store is there on the screen, and you can find it. You just make sure you go to redbubble/people/ruinhammer/shop and jump in there and grab whatever you like. There's always specials on Redbubble, so you can always get stuff at a really good price.
Yep.
And last but not least, please make sure that you are subscribed and you and connected to our YouTube channel, because everything that we do ends up on our YouTube channel. So if you missed tonight's show and you want to go back and watch it again, jump onto YouTube. It's there. If you want to catch up on any of our past chats with any of the Warriors legends, including most recently Aaron Whitaker that we did a few weeks ago, jump on YouTube. That's all there. All of our interviews dating back to 2020. And and also our game day vlogs and all that sort of stuff. So that's all on YouTube. So make sure that you are subscribed and so you don't miss out on anything there. And thank you to all you guys who do support us in that way as well.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah. Thank you to everyone who tuned in tonight. For those who commented in the chat and joined in the conversation, we love that. And all those who continue to follow and our journey and support us, it is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much to all our patrons, the patrons that are in the chat tonight: Tracy, Sean, Malcolm, Marcus. Thanks very much, guys. Really appreciate your support. We will see you next week. Up the wires.
Up the wires.